enough emails, I've met him enough times, I've met Sadiq Khan, I've met the commander, and now they're doing that in the newspaper since we've been coming out on the streets in this. So they're discrediting it. And what I find upsetting on top of that, we are all being played Michael. Do you know what I would like? I would like some people on the left to really see what is going on, to wake up, because they're playing us all. They're playing everyone against each other, and it's all being orchestrated by the establishment, by the globalists. That's why France have stood up. You know, they don't give a damn about any of us. You know the case with James and Anna Soubry. You know what happened there. And 10 minutes later, she's standing on Sky calling Brexiteers fascists and racists. And that's allowed because it's an MP. But when the peasants, us peasants say it, it's not allowed. And people have got to stop walking on by. People have got to stop walking on by and stand your ground and stand up for the children, because we know, you know, us free families know, and I know a lot of you do as well. And, you know, I appreciate you people so much, much more than you'll ever realise, you know, how much us families appreciate you all. You've got to stand up for the children, because this is the depth of what the establishment, the newspapers, you know, the establishment own the newspapers. They're all infiltrated. The CPS is infiltrated. The Met Police are the biggest criminal network going. They're a criminal network. That's what they are. You know, and when you see, oh, it's not the frontline police's fault, there's no excuse when you follow a puppet master's order that you know to be morally wrong to use the excuse of, I was just following orders. I was just following orders. That's not an excuse to me, because I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. You know, everything's controlled. And somehow, we have to wake everyone up and all stand together. Somehow, when I'm out there, I try and tell people our story, and I try and tell people why we're out there. You know, the other day we had the Daily Mail, you know, tell a terrible side to our children's story, using our children's picture. And today the Sun using our children's picture. We didn't give you authority, Sun, to use our children's picture. You have no authority to her. And to the Sun and to the Daily Mail, what are you going to do when we come to sue you lot? Because we have evidence. You're just doing that to try and put people off of this. This is what this is about. It's this. Now is the time to stand up for the children, because trust me, I get... Since speaking out, I couldn't tell you how many stories I've seen, how many stories I've been sent of other families in the same position as us. Other families. You don't want it to be yours. You don't want it to be you. You know, and that's why we're out here. We don't want another child hurt. You know, with regards to the passenger and the driver, I couldn't care what their names are. I couldn't care where they came from. I couldn't care what they believe in. They did what they did, and they did it deliberately. And the whole establishment have covered it up because they're orchestrating everything. They're orchestrating everything. Everywhere is infiltrated. The left is infiltrated. The right is infiltrated. You know, there's people on the right. When you come out and speak out, you think you're just fighting the establishment. You know, I was never a political person, and you just think you're just fighting them. And then you come out on the streets, and then you learn about the left, and then you're told you're on the right. Because you're speaking out and telling the truth, you're on the right. And then you find out people on the right, not everyone on the right is what they claim to be. You know, so we have a job on our hands, but we can do it because good will prevail over evil. They're doing it in France. We can do it here. We can do it here. The only thing you should fear is fear itself. That's the only thing you fear. Nothing else. Because people are suffering. Suffering greatly. And people, you know, the mainstream media are making money out of that fake news. They don't care that that is a detrimental effect to us, to the rest of the country. They're not protecting your children. They do not give a damn about any of us. About any of us. People starving, people dying, people with malnutrition because they can't afford food. Come on, people, come on. We can do this. The whole nation needs to go in your own town. You can start with just 3. And it will build. We started with 34 of us in London. 34 of us came out. And you've seen that grown. You've seen it grow. You're right, Joshua. Fear is only an option. Absolutely, Shane. Free Melanie Shaw. How many times over the last 11 months, 10 months has everyone been saying free Melanie Shaw? And nothing is being done. Nothing. You know, when I spoke the other day that people have been fighting for this country since 1983 and nothing has changed. Mark, who's been on a hunger strike outside the Royal Courts of Injustices, that is his 3rd hunger strike. And I said to him on the 25th of the 12th, 2018, this is your 3rd hunger strike. What have you changed by doing your 3rd hunger strike? He said nothing. Nothing. And they never even sent a medic to him. They had never even checked he was okay. You know? So instead of, you know, the trolls, if they want to come on here, they want to make their rubbish up because they're government trolls. They're paid to do that. Let them continue. Let them continue. Don't even bother answering them, you know, because that's what they want. Absolutely free Aidan James, another man who went out to fight ISIS and, you know, came back and was charged with terror-related charges. That's not on. That's not right. We shouldn't have to fight to protect our children. None of us should have to fight to protect our children. None of us. But we have to, because they're not doing it for us, so we're going to continue to do it. We're going to continue to be out on the streets. I just wanted to come on tonight and let you know that this is it. This is it. Because the whole time I've been speaking out, everything I've done, they have never mentioned, right, never mentioned our boys. We stick these on, they start mentioning our boys in the mainstream to discredit our story, to say the far right are using it, to create racial hatred. No, we're not. We've been talking about the establishment since day dot, you know, and as a mother, and I know Charlene Downs' mother will say the same thing. You know, the mainstream media was not reporting on our story or telling the truth. The police covered it up. The CPS were covering it up. The Central Criminal Court said the opposite to the evidence. So when anybody, no matter who they are, comes and reports on your children's story, as a parent, you're going to take that offer because you want the whole world to know what is going on here. The whole world. And the trolls and the left should be thanking us that we are trying to tell our story, that we are trying to tell them what is going on. You know, that we are trying to tell them. I know people are waking up slowly. You know, we'll put out soon, hopefully by tomorrow night. It was a bit sort of late last week for obvious reasons. Yeah, Carol Wood, she's gone missing, a social services whistleblower. Yeah, I just ignore the trolls, Penny. They don't, you know, they're paid, aren't they? You know, they've sold their souls for a few shillings. You know, let's hope nothing later on in life happens to their children, because they will soon want the support of everyone. They will soon want it, you know. They have no morals. None of them. None of them have any morals. So, everyone, I'm going to leave it at that. It was only a quick one. I was coming on tomorrow night. We will put out the location for Saturday's Yellow Fest. For Saturday's Yellow Fest. So, if you're doing one in your own town, good luck and well done. I'll put the London one out tomorrow night. I know the stuff they say about me is horrible, but it's fine. I can handle it, and I think that's what they don't like. By now, I think they'd have hoped that I would have ran away from them. I don't run away from anything. I think it's, you know, that they don't understand that I don't fear any of them. I don't think they don't understand that we haven't stopped and given up, because we're never giving up. You know, red, white and blue runs through my veins. That's what I was taught. I was taught that the British were the bravest in the world. That's what I was taught. You know, I'm pretty surprised that France and Holland and Canada and Belgium went up before we did. I'm surprised. But we're here now, and we're doing it now, and we will continue to do it, everyone, for the children, for all the decent human beings that are in this country, because there's hundreds of us. And if you look at some of the photos, when I'm off my ban, I will put some of the photos up. Look on the vest and you see how many heartbreaking stories there are. There's many. And like I say, everyone is on the Yellow Vest movement for their own reason, but we all have the same common ground. We want them gone, the whole lot of them, not just the Tories. We want Labour gone. We want the whole lot. We want a people's movement for the people, that care about the people and care about humanity, because right now it really is a fight for survival. Thank you all. Thank you for listening. I'll speak to you soon, and please do take care. And if you can join us, please do. It's your movement, our movement. No leaders, just organisers, because you need to do that, because you know, elderly come out, the young come out, and we have to make sure they're safe. So you have to have a bit of organising, and that's all it is. I will, Jeannie. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you soon. God bless.